Okay, I'm running XP12 release candidate 4. These are the current settings. Now I have adjusted sliders, but still get the same artifacts that you're going to see kind of regardless of where we're at, whether the anti-aliasing is set all the way up or not, whether the anisotropic filtering is set higher or lower. But these are all my settings, just to go over that. So the issue that I'm seeing, it's minute in 2D, but it becomes very, very amplified in 3D, is when you look at any of the edges, it just almost appears as like anti-aliasing isn't working. And once you get into VR, it's much worse. So if you'll watch the edges, you're going to see artifacting along the edge surfaces of the tail. It'll be very noticeable against the contrast of the sky. You can see this artifacting that's happening anytime there's camera movement. That fuzz that's appearing there, I'm hoping that's showing up in camera very well. And it's everywhere. It's not just the aircraft. You can see here along the lines of the building. We've got this white outline along the lines of the building, and as we start to move, that starts to become a little bit more prevalent. And it's the same thing on these buildings too. And it almost looks as if the anti-aliasing isn't working at all. The other issue, unknown if related or not, specifically to that, is at nighttime. And again, this is one of those things where it's pretty obvious in 2D in some respects, but in VR it's very, very noticeable, is that there'll be like these glistening shadows where there's supposed to be reflections, and I understand that there's supposed to be reflections, but they look very, very pixelated. And a lot of times the lighting source doesn't make any sense. I can record another video if it's needed, but like when you're flying the Challenger at night, a lot of times there's almost like a greenish or reddish like nav light tint showing up in random places on the leading edge and trailing edge of the wings. But as you can see here, like there's a lot of times where this will shimmer, and it's very, very noticeable in VR, where it's almost like the reflections are rendering it kind of pixelated and imperfect, and but they sparkle even when the static source that the light is the light source that's reflecting on the aircraft is static. They still pixelate and sparkle for no reason. But anyway, just wanted to make this video report it. I don't know if that's going to be helpful or not. Maybe this is something that's going to be addressed with OpenXR, and it very possibly is just that the VR, because of the resolutions of VR, that it's amplifying a problem that's very minor in 2D. But just want to make this video to try and help out Laminar Research in diagnosing some of these weird graphical issues. Thank you.